Hey, good morning, Carl. As you mentioned, the 5 leading e-cigarette makers, they're going to be sworn in question about vaping safety, underage use, and marketing when this hearing starts just minutes from now in this room here behind me. Just not too long ago, we saw Juul CEO Casey Crosthwaite. He arrived. He was the first to arrive here. We also had a chance to speak to Antoine Blond. He's the CEO of the Blue e-cigarette. And when I spoke to him, he said he had this message for the subcommittee and also the public to hear about vaping. When I did speak to him, he said he was very concerned. He wanted to share those concerns about possible underage use, and he said that his company takes every step they can to prevent underage use. So just in general, today the stakes are very high. This subcommittee, it oversees the FDA. That's the agency that will either approve or deny applications for these e-cigarette makers to stay on the market that must be submitted by May. Those applications called a PMTA or pre-market tobacco application, again, due by middle of May. And Juul, Vuse, Enjoy, Logic, and also Blue, they represent 97% of the U.S. vaping market. And vaping concerns, they have dramatically shifted market share, with Enjoy seeing dramatic growth of 800% in the most recent month of data. And Juul, the industry leader, seeing both its sales and its market share decline by 15%. So just to put today in context, back in the 90s, big tobacco executives, they appeared before a similar subcommittee, and they falsely testified that cigarettes are not addictive. 4 years later, those tobacco giants, they paid billions of dollars to settle claims and agreed to change their marketing practices. The outcome of today, well, it remains to be seen. Of course, we're going to watch very closely for their testimony and, of course, the questions from the committee. Back over to you.
Frank, back then, of course, it was, the issue was whether or not it was addictive. Now that's a given. The argument from these companies will be that it's a matter of harm reduction, trying to deliver nicotine in a safer way. I assume that argument is they're going to try to make that best they can.
That is expected to be the center of their arguments, and it's also been a big part of their prepared statements that were released ahead of time. But another thing for a lot of these companies is, where is the proof that their products are actually harmful? A lot of them have actually pushed back on the sense that their products are linked to the vaping crisis. They say that vitamin E acetate has been linked to the vaping crisis by health agencies like the CDC. So that a lot of them are also pushing back on the sense that vaping may or may not be bad to you. They're basically saying the science isn't there. And today we also saw Imperial Brands. You can see their stock chart right here. Stock falling sharply today after they reduced their first half guidance on EPS, largely due to these vaping concerns. So that's likely is going to be another issue that they push back on, the question of whether or not their products are in fact safe.